Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Rail coming through with another video for y'all today. Today is episode 33. I'm going to be talking about why having the right perspective is very important for you in life. All right, so life is all about ups. Life is all about downs. You know what I'm saying? It's way easier to have good perspectives when you're up rather than you're down. It's most important to have good perspectives when you're down. All right, a lot of people like to compare life to a roller coaster just because of how chaotic it may be. And when you're up, and you know what I'm saying? When you're down, you're down. All right, so when you're down is most important because you have to look at the good in the dark. You feel me? When you're going through those tough seasons of financial tough seasons, you know what I'm saying, mentally tough seasons or physically tough seasons, it's very important for you to keep a good mindset when you're down. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to keep a good perspective just because of the fact that when you're down, that is what's going to bring you out of the mud. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to change your life circumstances. It's your mindset, your perspective on things. All right, so you must look for the good in the dark. So what is the light in the dark? You know what I'm saying? The light in the dark is the positive things you feed yourself when you're down. You know what I'm saying? So you have to force your brain to look for the good, positive things in the bad circumstances. Even though it's hard, you must do it to get out of those circumstances. So when you're down bad, you know what I'm saying? You must look up. You know what I'm saying? An example is when you're jumping, do you jump looking down? No. Why? Because you won't get as high. You know what I'm saying? You jump looking up because you get higher when you jump up. Just like that in your life, you must look up. You must look at things through a positive lens to improve, to increase, to elevate. You know what I'm saying? You can't be feeding yourself negative thoughts and whatnot because that is not allowing you to grow and get out of those bad positions. All right. So why having the right perspective is very important, because having the right perspective is just looking at the glass half full rather than half empty. So even when you're not in a low point of your life, you know what I'm saying, or you're not even at a high point in life, even when you're just operating through life, it's very important to have positive lenses, positive words that you continue to feed yourself, because that is honestly what elevates your life and allows you to grow. You know what I'm saying? Having the right perspective is everything. Having the right perspective allows you to constantly equip yourself with the tools necessary to go through future obstacles in life. You know what I'm saying? So you must look at everything you're going through as a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you're going through, look for the good in the bad, because when you continue to look at the world like that, that is continually changing your reality. You know what I'm saying? You will more likely have a positive life, a positive reality if you continue to look at life in a positive way. So if you continue to look at the glass half full rather than half empty, majority of your life is going to be good. Now, I'm not saying bad things won't happen, because bad things happen to everyone, but it's just less likely to happen because you have a positive mindset. But when things do happen that are negative and you can't control it, you know what I'm saying, you will have already trained your brain to think positive, look for the good in the dark. So your lens on life, you have a positive lens. So even when you're in the dark, you're always thinking positive, so you kind of tend to have a more positive reality. And it's vice versa for when you're looking at the world in a negative light. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the glass half empty rather than half full, guess what? Those people tend to have more of a negative life. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of tend to stay in bad circumstances more longer. They kind of elongate their bad circumstances just because they don't have the mindset of a positive person. You know what I'm saying? They always looking at the negative things, which is causing them to stay lower and decrease, you know what I'm saying, and make things worse for themselves just because they don't have a positive outlook on life. So it's really just training your mind to continue to think in a positive way 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard because sometimes your external out, you know what I'm saying, your external world, your external realities are bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth. Things will happen to you that are bad. You know what I'm saying? And you have a right to feel those type of ways, which are negative ways. You have the right to feel sad sometimes. You have the right to feel down sometimes. But it's hard to grow and elevate if you continue to put negative thoughts in your mind. So you must, you know what I'm saying, look at life in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Even though your feelings are valid towards the situation, you still must change the way you think so you can get out of that, because you don't want to go in a downward spiral, you want to go in an upward spiral. So when I said you jump looking up, you must do the same thing in your life. You know what I'm saying? You must look up even when things are looking down for you, all right? And that's very important for y'all. It's very important to just have a good perception of life and a perception of yourself, and have that self-awareness of when you're going through something bad, you know what I'm saying, to look positive to get out of that, all right? So that's going to be episode 33 for y'all. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe. I'm going to put a link to my merch in the bio, man. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow.